Ken Wyatt and Jess Bolt. Hey guys.
Good to be here.
Welcome to the show. Good to see you both again. I see Jess and Ken a lot because their organization is super active. You're a hardworking board.
We are. We keep busy. In fact, it's difficult sometimes for us to keep up with how busy we are.
Yeah, last year you had a lot of events, historical marker dedications throughout the county, and I know you have even more planned this year.
Absolutely.
Yeah. This particular week, a week from yesterday, the 24th, next Monday evening, that's basically why we're here today, to talk a little bit about the Vietnam Veterans panel discussion that's scheduled for 6 p.m. out at Jackson College. In what's the name of the theater?
Burt Walker.
Burt Walker. It's one of the smaller places. So that's a fascinating topic that it's been, I think, about 50 years since the end of the war. Mm-hmm. So there are a lot of Vietnam veterans that are still alive and in the community. A tragic number of them, of course, gave their lives in Vietnam. I brought along a book that my neighbor loaned me. She graduated with the gentleman that put this together. Don Winchell was his name. Mm-hmm. He served in Vietnam along with about 50 other men from just Concord. And multiply that throughout the county and some more populous townships, and there were quite a few guys and probably a sprinkling of women that served over there. The front page of the cover of the book shows three faces, and those were three men that came up through the Concord schools, and they all three gave their lives in Vietnam. And many of them, the other men, came back, and some of them are still around. In fact, I sit at a breakfast table every Friday morning at the M60 Grill with one of them. He had a near miss, told me he had never actually fired his weapon, but one day his platoon was in a village scouting out, looking for enemy. They left, all was okay. The next day, one of his neighboring units went in the same village, and 20 of them ended up dead.
Wow.
Attacked. So it was a strange situation. People could get called up, other people could be looked over. I happened to serve. In fact, I got my draft notice the day after Christmas in 1968, just after graduation from college. But I ended up enlisting, and I was sent to Korea. So I missed Vietnam. But as I say, a lot of friends that ended up going there.
It seems like Jackson has a very active group of Vietnam veterans.
Very much.
The Vietnam Veterans, Chapter 109. We've gotten to know quite a bit, and they've done really quite a lot of presentations and education in the community. I would imagine you're going to be drawing from that group for your program next week.
Yeah, I believe we have a number of those people. I haven't heard what they're going to be saying, so it'll be a delightful experience for all of us to hear what the veterans remember and care to share.
Jess, this is an event that's modeled after something that another organization did several years ago with World War II veterans, I believe, right?
I believe so, yes.
Yeah, I saw a clip that was sent to me, a panel with World War II veterans, but I think it was about 20 years ago.
Yeah.
A predecessor organization.
Yes.
You guys, you've only been around for...
Going on 5 years.
5 years?
Yeah.
Wow. Both of you are history buffs. Ken's kind of the town crier of Concord, and Jess with the Chamberlain experience, Jackson. Neither of you are from here, though.
No, in fact, we just found out in the green room that we both happen to be Hoosiers. So we're expatriates. He actually went to Purdue. I went to a small Kentucky college and then came up to Michigan after my military service and did my master's work in journalism at Michigan State. So, but we were sharing a little bit about our common background.
So what about Jackson history interested you, Jess, to get involved in this group?
When I moved here, quite a bit actually. I mean, we've talked about the Coney dog and all that, but honestly, it started with like going downtown and looking at the buildings, that 1920s architecture, and you don't see that everywhere. And what inspired that, and little things like "Please Come Home, Bill Bailey" was written here, and all these little bits of, it's not even just little bits of history, but like then you have like the Civil War history, the camps, but I think for me it was primarily just the entry point was downtown, looking at that, and then I was approached by Linda Haas because I worked at Experience Jackson. I started doing little history videos to kind of show off our history, and so that's how I got involved with this board. And it's a great group. So
very active group, and obviously a lot of history, very rich history. You guys have been able to, I think, cultivate.
Yeah.
Next week, everyone's welcome to this panel. What's the format? How's it going to play out?
As I remember, they were going to model it after the previous, the World War II panel discussion. So there'll be one moderator. I assume that will be Maurice, the president. And so, and he's good at moderating and talking off the top of his head and asking the right questions. He should have been a journalist. But I might mention that in line with what Jess was just showing or talking about, the society is launching an expansion of something we started last year with a scholarship program. Mm-hmm. This year, the board's voted to have 3 scholarships, each $1,000, which will be open to on a competitive essay contest basis, and anybody that's in high school who cares to participate in that, check us out on our websites, either Facebook or the one that's on the regular web, and it's got some of the qualifications and requirements and so forth. You have until October the 3rd, I believe it is, to submit essays. And it's just the kind of thing that you were talking about. What is it that inspires a person's interest in history, especially in high school, where you're deciding what direction you're going to go in life? And I once upon a time, I was young, and I submitted an essay in a similar contest, and I ended up going to Washington, D.C. and hearing a whole bunch of speakers, and some of them spoke on topics that related to journalism, which was one of the factors that drew me to journalism. So who knows what can come of just submitting an essay in a small contest. So.
And there's no shortage of historical aspects
Right.
you can look at in this community, so it's a wide open field. And there's more information on our website, like you said, at www.myhistoricaljackson.org. So.
And anyone can join the society. It's open to all.
Absolutely, and when people join, it helps support keeping this history alive, keeping it visible for future generations, and it's I believe for an individual $20 a year, great price, and then it comes with some great perks, and just getting involved with that historical preservation of Jackson County, being a part of that.
Well, you guys do a great job looking forward to next week's presentation. Thanks for coming in today.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
You bet. From Jackson County, Michigan Historical Society, Ken Wyatt and Jess Bolt.